PlayStation. What's our list?
Oh no, you're first, so you're going out first, so that's not a problem.
Okay, what's after me then?
So we've got Progar,
Okay,
Buzzer,
okay,
Average Gamer,
okay,
Cat Guy, Rob,
okay.
Rockabilly, It's Fitty,
Alright.
and Grandpa Bubby, who are not, those three are not here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hoping they get with the program, but if not, they have till the end of the session. We call the end of the session. So, going to go ahead and I got the broadcast going. I'm going to hit the booth and start you guys. You know your routine. Best of luck to you. And if you don't make it, you're welcome to join me in the broadcast booth. And also later tonight, as soon as this race is over, there's a Grand National stock car race at Texas for the preseason. So probably be able to get into that one for sure. Anywho, I'm going to turn it over to you guys here. Let me start her up. Give me the thumbs up that y'all understand the instructions. All right, we're good to go. All right, best of luck to you guys. I hope you get into the big race. All right, good luck, guys. If you need anything, Rita, catch me in the party. All right, leaving them to it here at Bathurst. Welcome, everybody. SCL Season 25 kicks off tonight with the first round of the Rolex Endurance Cup, the Bathurst 500, the second seasonal running of it. And we've got our top 10 set from last night in the Bathurst 500 qualifying. There was definitely some surprises and the like, and I'm going to get to that here shortly. However, we are here for the at-large qualifying. The final 5 spots, 11 through 15 left in the field, are going to be up for grabs here among these drivers. Let me get my volume more correctly set here, and I'll be right back with you in a second. Alright guys, as it looks like they are, let me ready up and get set to my position here in the tower. As we, at the moment, have six cars in the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're waiting on possibly 3 more who have yet to appear that are on the entry list. They have until the end of the session to appear. That's Rockabilly, Grandpa Bubby, and It's PT. I hope you guys get with the program. But in the meanwhile, we are starting off our qualifying with WKK, Warren Kyle Keith, 4th place in last season's Bathurst 500. SCL 21 Camel GT Series champion. And a definite contender here tonight. He had to miss the qualifying last night, and as a result, will have to be getting in here at the at-large qualifying. As I said, the top 5 times will make it in. He's got 1 out lap and 1 hot lap. All right, is Warren heading into his 8th SCL season, I believe, and his first season newly signed to JME Motorsports. As he gets his warm-up lap, let me try to get some. Oh, I can't do it. Oh well. Come back to it momentarily. Being me alone with you here for the duration of the qualifying. All right, Warren coming down Conrad. I should get my track map up here for. I should get my track map up here. Prepared for this broadcast. There we go. As he's coming down to take the green flag here. Hell corner onto the mountain straight. Warren, as I said, veteran driver, former Camel GT Series champion, which is the SCL's top sports car division. And this race, of course, the first round of the standalone Rolex Endurance Cup, which includes Bathurst, the Daytona Continental, the 4 Hours of Spa, the British Sports Car Nationals at Silverstone, and the 4 Hours of Le Mans at the end of the season. Warren out here on his first lap. The pole time last night was in the 206s. As he comes up through the climb here and heads down towards the dipper. Continues the climb. He's going to be getting towards the dipper here shortly. Warren, a guy, got some fast drivers here in at-large qualifying who could not make the Bathurst 500 qualifying last night, so we'll see how it pans out. I know Warren wants to run for the Rolex Endurance Cup, which are all the super enduro races around the 4 hour mark that you must use co-drivers. There'll be co-drivers in here, AI co-drivers for 30 laps of the 83 lap 500 kilometer Bathurst 500. How you doing there, Haas? Doing all right. We got Hossack here. I wanted to get a word with him as our pole sitter from last night's qualifying. Taking with a lap up in the 206s. We'll be starting off at the head of the grid here tonight. And just wanted to see how you felt about today's race. The conditions are different from yesterday, which was overcast. Do you think that'll have any effect on cars, how you run the cars, or anything like that? And there you go, right away. Not to interrupt you, Haas, but right there in today's weather, Warren just put up a 206.251 on his first on his at-large qualifying lap. So I think right away you can see the track's faster today. Absolutely. Our next driver is Progar. Progar recently signed to the brand new AMG Motorsport, and he is he should be out on his hot lap now. Yeah, he is. He finished 5th in the Bathurst 500 last season, so looking for a repeat performance here, and just missed out in qualifying last night. But like you were saying, Haas, I do think you guys are going to be able to push it harder. Under last night's conditions, I would think that the track wouldn't get good until dark, later in the afternoon. Under these conditions, I don't think you got to wait as much for it. I know you're not going to share this particular thing with me. I know among my own drivers, I've heard there's 3 or 4 different strategies to pick from, but I think it's obvious that however you choose to play the 30 laps out of the car is going to be the key to the race. I agree with you there. It's tough to tell. You also got to be careful of them making, making their own decisions. We're going to talk to the drivers about that a little. We will let them know you got to be aware they're going to come in with less than 10 liters to go. Other than that, you're on your own. But I do think that's the key. I mean, it depends on what the AI driver, what the co-driver is going to do, and who can tell what that's going to be at this point? I just want Yeah, I just wanted to touch base with you. You can hang out if you want, but if you got you and Baron, I'm sure, getting prepared, you can go ahead and do that. I just wanted to have a chance to talk to the pole sitter before we got into the race lobby. So good. All right. All right, man. Thanks for joining us. Good luck. All right, that was Hossack. Our pole sitter Progar puts up a 207.457. Warren with a 206.251. Progar put up a 207.457. It is definitely a faster track. Warren's time was 0.4 of a second quicker than the pole time, I believe. We got one car rolling out, and I believe that's Stas, who will be coming to the line. Stas, longtime SCL veteran. I believe he made his first appearance back in about season 15 or so, so this is like his 11th SCL season. He's been mostly a part-time driver. He has won in the Camel GT Series on, I believe, 3 occasions. That's 3 or 4 career wins in the Camel GT Series. And he is a native Aussie who lives actually right here at the track at Bathurst. So this is one of his home races. He's running as an independent these days, formerly of Blue Flag Racing, but now currently an independent driver. And we were not surprised to see him come out for Bathurst. He blew a motor last season in the Bathurst 500. We have expected to see him in this race. He is a lightning quick driver on this track, and I definitely think he'll be a contender if he can keep it together. Stas's whole racing history in the league has been that he's extremely quick, but he's been a part-time driver for the most part, mostly in sports cars, occasionally in Indy cars and Winston Cup. And he's run full schedules or close to it and competed for the championship on a few occasions, but this is a guy that you knew if he showed out, made all 10 rounds of the championships and ran for it, would absolutely be a championship contender. As it is, he's come close on a couple of occasions. But here he comes down through the dipper, heading, of course, towards the big, I believe the two, like I said it last night in qualifying, Hell Corner and Forest Elbow are the 2 most important turns because they're before the 2 longest straightaways, and they're the one who makes up your time. And we expect Stazza to put up a lightning quick time very cleanly onto Conrad. As I said, this guy, even though he'll be starting towards the back here out of at-large qualifying, absolutely a contender. I mean, this race is 500 kilometers. It's 83 laps on our board tonight. And 30 of those 83 laps are run by the AI co-driver, so you've got to have a good strategy. It's by no means a done deal. Stas has come into many races as a speed favorite and not close the deal, so I'm really pulling for him to do well here at his home track. As Stas will come off the final corner, Hell's Corner, for the final time, looking to complete what we expect to be a lightning quick lap. And he does. 2:04.652 lightning quick lap time for Stazza. Puts him up at the top of our board. What you're looking at is the top 5 getting through. So that's 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 starters. And now we have another one coming down to the line. An independent rookie driver, average gamer, brand new to the league. Last night he won the first race of the Legends of Bathurst special event and finished 5th in the second one. He has been lightning quick through practice. He is an Australian driver, so this is a native race for him. And what better way to make your name in the SCL than to come out here and try to get through in bump qualifying, at-large qualifying as it's officially known, and make it into the race here in the very first race of SCL Season 25. The season proper starts on Thursday night. This Thursday, February 7th, when SCL Daytona Speed Weeks kicks off with the Busch Clash Winston Cup All-Star Race, as well as the Busch Open for the at-large entries. Be looking forward to that. But here we have Average Gamer out on his run. Let's go ahead and give some cockpit cam time with Average Gamer as he comes up to the very important cutting. Avoid hitting the wall. He has the speed. We've seen it in practice. But he's it's these guys, a lot of them, I give them a good chance to qualify for the race. What they're going to do in the race itself, you don't know how good their motor is, i.e. internet. You don't know how how well they understand the strategy as he catches the wall up here at the top of the hill. He's coming over here towards Skyline. And this is going to be key part of the track, rolling off of it, fighting those wheels, keeping 2 wheels on, doing a very clean job as he heads down the hill. Rolling down for it, makes the hard left-hander. And on to Conrad. Now there's the big part of the track. You can go very fast on the Conrad. It's very similar to the first turn, and it's a very high-speed right-hander. But you can't overdo the chase here. This is one of the most dangerous spots on this track. In my relatively mediocre 8th place performance in this race last season, that was one of the places that got me repeatedly. These cars are going to go even faster come race time because they'll have their special tire compounds and pressures on. And as he crosses the line, average gamer a 206.692 puts him 3rd on the board, just ahead of Progar. And next up is Cat Guy, long-time SCL veteran. Cat Guy currently riding for TOW Racing for the 3rd season, but he made his SCL debut, must have been about season 16. I believe he's entering about his 10th season. Does have a good resume, especially in the support series, a former Grand National Stock Car champion in the sport divisions. But he has been a long-time campaigner in the Camel GT series, and here to take a shot at Bathurst. Did not make it through in at-large main qualifying last night. Right now the bubble hasn't hit 5 yet, as we've only got 6 cars in the room. We still have not seen Rockabilly, Grandpa Bubby, or It's PT. We'll give them a last call when Rob Disco is done, but as it looks like there's 5 of the 6 you see here. Ignore Rita and the Sunday Cup League there. Those are officials in the room. As Cat Guy scraping the wall coming up towards the cutting. Scraping it bad, actually. He's got to get back on and try to put up what he can, but he may have opened the door for Rob Disco here, the rookie driver, to get that 15th and final Bathurst 500 spot. Cat Guy, a full-time driver in the Camel GT series, scrapes it up again. Take a look at his timings here. Definitely a little bit off the pace. But all he needs to do as of right now is beat out Rob Disco and possibly the final 3 entries who have their last call coming at the conclusion of Rob Disco's run. Comes down off of Forest Elbow onto Conrad very smoothly and should have an opportunity here to make up some time into the chase. TOW Racing, of course, owned by Twindy, former IndyCar Series champion, 2-time Daytona 500 winner. Himself, Callie Vitals, also a part of the team. Very good resume and very well-rounded, just like a lot of teams that have come out of the JME Motorsports shop. Very competitive in all 3 of the major disciplines, Winston Cup, Camel GT, and IndyCar. And as Cat Guy brings it to the line here, let's see what kind of time can he at least get off the bubble. No, he doesn't. A 2:11.040 is going to put him back quite a ways. All right, we've got our final car out here. Rob Disco will be coming to the line. Rookie driver, brand new to the SCL. He's running some of the support races. He finished 5th in last night's first Legends of Bathurst special event race in those vintage touring cars. So he's shown out really good in the support races and the special events. This is his first shot at a championship event. He did not make it through qualifying last night and has a last shot. As of right now, the bubble time is Cat Guy's 2:11.040. 2:11.040 is the bubble time. So Rob trying desperately to get that time here. as he comes down through turn 2 and skids it a little bit. Just running ABS, I really would think that the traction control and stability could help you out immensely here, but he's chosen to go with just the ABS and fight that car up the hill. Can he keep it off the wall in the cutting? He does. Now begins to climb. He's sliding all over the place. Definitely needs to consider installing a traction control or stability control system in these spec cars, because he's having a little trouble getting off the corner, getting the power down on the car. He's very loose coming off the corner, but Cat Guy had trouble on his lap, did not put up a very impressive time, and we'll see if Progar can take advantage of that as he comes over Skyline, down to the dipper, hits the wall, loses some speed, gets back on it. He's got to be good here in Forest Elbow. If he's got any type of shot, he's got to catch up on it, get back on the throttle. Doesn't appear to be laying it out. There he goes. Have a good Forest Elbow. He does, and he still has a shot. It's hard to tell how much he lost compared to Cat Guy. We'll take a quick look at it. He struggled through that middle section and looks like he is quite a ways off the pace here. But we'll have to see if he can make something up here towards the finish. Goes down through the chase. Struggling a bit with the traction. And I believe this is going to put him back in 6th. As a matter of fact, he's pulling it into the pits. I think he doesn't want to put up a time. Not sure what he's doing here. Needs to complete a time just to get on the board as the first alternate. And if he's able to do that, then he might get the call if somebody doesn't appear. Winds up with a 2:30.154 officially. And I'm going to hop on into their room here, guys, and sort out the end of the entry list, and we should be able to get ready for the race. Hang on here shortly. All right.
Okay, gentlemen, so we've got the scorecard.
Yeah, I was just saying, it looks like we have not heard from the other drivers, and they are past the call time. All right, so that's going to put on our order, sorry. It's going to put N-Staza in the 11th spot. Hang tight with me. Staza in the 11th spot. Warren will start 12th. Average Gamer 13th. Progar, last year's 5th place finisher, 14th. And Cat Guy gets in 15th. Rob Disco, you are our first alternate. If any one of the top 15 don't show before the start of the race, you'll get the call. You can follow along on the YouTube, and once we go green, we're green. But you also, Rob, keep in mind tonight, this is a long race, obviously. But if you're around at the end of this race, they're going to have the Grand National stock cars at Texas, and that's a support race, so you're guaranteed to get into that if you get there on time. Yeah, all right, man. Good luck, and we'll see what happens here in the next few minutes. No problem. All right, guys, and we just about have our field set. This track was definitely faster than, it was an overcast day yesterday, and the track was definitely faster than it was in qualifying. There were there were 3 of you, I think, that might have beat the pole time. But that was on an overcast track, so we'll see how it plays out. I'm going to give the full race instructions and the strategy instructions and all that stuff about the co-drivers when we get in there. Average Gamer, just because you're new, a couple things you want to do in your options button. Make sure your pit, I don't know if you're used to running the long enduros, but make sure you're go in the options button of the main screen. Make sure your pit lane indicators are all on, all that kind of stuff. Make sure you have a button for the reset button in case you get on your roof, and make sure you have a pit road speed limiter button, because we don't use the pit road speed limiter in SCL races. So make sure you have buttons for those. And as far as the instructions on getting in and out of the car with the co-driver, we'll go over all that here in a moment when I get the race room up. So any of you guys watching, I'm going to close up this at-large broadcast, the at-large qualifying broadcast. I'm going to get the race room going, get you guys in there and get this thing rolling. So good luck tonight, guys, and I'll see you in the room in a minute. We all good, Rita and Warren? All right, no problem. All right, looking good, guys.
It doesn't take long, doesn't it, that way, does it?
If I make sure I'm off the air here.